What is truly your reason why and purpose in life? So, thanks for connecting with me wherever you may be in the world. I'm sat on my yoga ball and I thought, let me hop on here just to expand on this topic that came to mind. And this is a topic, if you come across me, you know that I love talking about life purpose, life vision, and reason why for a reason. What came to mind even before I hop on the topic, let me first of all introduce myself just in case if we're coming across each other for the very first time. My name is Chiko and I'm a creative entrepreneur, content creator, and in this community on my platform I talk about social media, digital marketing, and lifestyle business matters, and I also vlog that was in 2019 and before. I was going to say when I used to when I'm able to travel, but I haven't been able to travel in 2020. That's a story for another video, a live video. So let's hop on back to the main topic. So what came to mind for me is when I ask people this question, and it stems back from when I started business coaching. So I used to coach people from all over the world, and a huge population from the US. That was a higher percentage of people that I was coaching. And the main response that I often received was in response to what is your reason why and your purpose that is motivating you to want to start an online business. And the first response would always be family. So I'm connecting with you, especially if you're in a place where you have been saying your motivating factor is your family. And if it's not been working so far, here is my reason why. There's nothing wrong with saying your reason why is your family. But here's the thing. Family, as much as we love them, adore them, cherish them, I believe that is a comfort zone. I believe that is a safety net. And it is often this first response that feels comfortable for most people, because then what that does for you is that you don't have to think beyond anything else. Now, I'm not invalidating that family is meaningful and that they can be a motivating factor, but you will find that a lot of people who say family, it doesn't motivate them enough. And you may find that it hasn't motivated you enough to be consistent in showing up for yourself, to be consistent in achieving your goals, whether you are in a career or whether you are pursuing an entrepreneurship venture. I'll also give another example that's come to mind as well. When you say family, some people also experience this, and you might have experienced that as well, is that the reason you got into your career or what you're doing at the moment is because you got encouraged traditionally by family to venture off to become who you are today. So you might have ventured off in that direction because at the time you wanted to please family, or because you felt committed or dedicated culturally, but you weren't enthused or motivated or inspired to go into that direction. So on every single day, you experience these challenges where you don't feel fulfilled enough. And then when you start to embrace your life vision, your passion, then you're challenged by the same reason, which was family, that motivated you to jump into what you're doing right now. Because then you will find that family may not understand why you want to try something else. Not even try, but embrace it. They may not understand and think you will not get anywhere. Okay, so there's a reason for that as well. All of it has to do with mindset, self-limiting beliefs. And most of those beliefs are something that are innate. You might not even be aware of them. You might just be doing them, just as a emotion thing. You might just be doing it, embracing it. You might not feel so passionate about the things that you have chosen, but it doesn't mean that you can't change your course and direction. So I'll go back to what I mentioned before. So what I mentioned before, if you know your reason why and your motivating factor, feel free to share and comment and let me know. And I'll share my reason why I do this as well before I end this live session, impromptu live session. Okay, so what I started off with is that it's not a motivating factor, it's comfortable. It's because I've seen so many people, heard so many people that when they've thought about a new creative entrepreneurship venture or a business venture, the first thing they're motivated, they're excited to go and share with their family members, not everybody, but some of them, and say, oh, I've discovered this new exciting thing. And then the first response that they get is not what they're expecting. It's negating the excitement. And then you lose all the motivation. Okay. So I'll put my hand up. This was my first lessons learned when I started to move from an employee to an entrepreneur mindset. There's a huge difference. So when I started to move into the entrepreneurship mindset, I used to go to conferences, seminars, live events to connect with people who were like minds. And I didn't even realize that there was going to be like thousands of people or hundreds of people up at 8 a.m. on a Saturday or Sunday going to these seminars and wanting to change something about their life. And I think it was the first or second seminar that I attended. Normally, I would like sit in the back and I would just listen. And that day I decided, okay, you need to step up. You need to change your game a little bit and be a little bit more infused post the coffee sips or coffee drink, so that your mind can remain stimulated. And I'm here for a reason. So this was my self-talk, my pep talk. And the speaker, he was the main speaker. He asked this question. He said, what is your passion? What is your reason why you do what you're doing currently? So I stood up boldly and I said, my passion is quality assurance. Then he looked at me and he was like, that sounds like your job. And he was very, very, he was accurate and on point. Again, I would say there's nothing wrong with having a job. And the reason he said that, I've never had somebody ask me, what is my passion? Okay. So when he said that, it made me think again. I liked my job. I didn't love my job. I was very good at what I did. I enjoyed it, but I wasn't passionate about it. So the things that we are passionate about are things that bring us joy, are things that we do easily, are things from like childhood, some of them. Okay, for instance, I enjoy dancing. I'm very passionate about it, but I haven't turned it into a career or something that I do as an entrepreneurship venture. And there are people who are great at doing that, and they've continued on from childhood until, into adulthood. So that question in itself challenged me to start thinking in a different way. Is that passion is completely different. You can also be in a career and be passionate about it and enjoy it. But it's also about understanding that what you're doing at that given moment is something that you're truly connected with, and it's something that is bringing you meaningful value. And if it's not bringing you the meaningful value that enables you to fulfilled or some joy internally, it's not all jobs that are going to be like that or entrepreneurship ventures, but it's about finding ways to plan. Okay, so when people say, "Oh, you can you can become an entrepreneur overnight and overnight success," I don't believe in that. Even finding a new job or career path takes time. So it's about the moment you awaken to something and you want to make a change to it. It's about planning it let's say, daily, monthly, 3 months, 6 months. This is what your vision looks like. And this is what you're going to do on a daily basis in order to get to that grander goal. And as part of that planning process, you're also looking at your self-limiting beliefs. What are the type of things that make you gravitate towards things that are comfortable? So if you remember, I said your reason why you might say family, because to me, I feel like that's a comfy blanket, that's a safety net, that's not challenging enough. So if you know that you're telling yourself beautiful lies, challenge yourself, challenge your mindset to start thinking about what are the usual things I usually say to myself that make me feel comfortable, that make me sit in this comfort zone and not to move beyond it. What can I start to do that's aligned with my vision? To challenge myself to go onto the edge a little bit, not literally, mind you. Okay. What can I start to do on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly, so that I somehow feel connected to a grander goal, a reason why, a purpose that motivates me to get out of bed, and then do some, like, whatever is good for me. So for me, it's not every day, but like doing like what I'm sat on a yoga board. I started off with saying that because that's part of like my physiotherapy. But then I do other things like dancing. So it's like when you connect things that you're interested in, and then you tap into the things that you enjoy as part of your life vision, then it does turn it into a reality. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens through following repetitive steps, and then being consistent in that, and you will start to see 3 months, 6 months looking back that there's a huge difference. So I'll go on to my reason why, my purpose, my motivating factor, and how I discovered it. I discovered it through my own existential life crisis, and also just turning points in my life, and all my dots connect to some aspect of loss, and the loss has been life changing, life challenging. So I'll give you an example, like going through job losses, the risk of job losses, having to compete for my job because people were being made redundant, and having to reapply again 4 or 5 times, and then realizing that jobs are not a comfort zone. And I always knew that anyway. And then waking up to something, to realization that there was something more I needed to be doing, and this was the time to push myself. Okay, so the reasons why I stuck around were for like the people that I was supporting, but it wasn't like for me. So those are realization moments, going through like loss, going through my own personal loss in terms of developing a chronic health condition, experiencing immediate family loss. So those moments were awakening moments, and going through like the conferences and seminars, and then seeing visions which were telling me this is what you're meant to be doing. This is the path you're meant to be following. So the first vision I saw was of women, me being surrounded by women in a village, and it looked like Malawi. Then the second vision I saw, it was young girls, and I felt emotively connected to that. Okay, so I fulfilled the vision of, and I saw myself standing on stage, and I fulfilled that vision, and it was amongst the women. So it's those things that I was seeing, I was actualizing. So my life vision and my purpose, why, is what motivates me to wake up is young girls in Malawi. Okay, so I do this for them because through them, I see me. That's where I'm originally from, if you didn't know yet. So through them, I see myself, and I feel motivated or connected through the things that I do in terms of working with women, and beyond. And it's not only women, but that's where my drive is that there's a greater purpose to encourage and motivate more women to connect digitally, to embrace social entrepreneurship, creative entrepreneurship, where they're in places where there's limited resources, and they don't see anything else beyond the what they have, the given circumstances, to make that grander. So for me, that's why I'm connected to social media and digital marketing, because I see it as a vehicle which can help so many more women and young girls, especially, to actualize their goals online without feeling limited within their community, so that they can also give back to, to sustainable development, to things that they enjoy and contribute in their communities. So that's my key driving factor. And my family, obviously, are my key driving factor. But I had to step out of that comfort zone, because family are there. They're there, their comfort zone, their safety blanket. So when you find people who are successful in what they do, most of the entrepreneurs are driven by a grander purpose beyond their immediate family. And that purpose beyond money, money comes and goes, is always links to giving back to a greater cause. And nobody needed to tell me that. It's something that I felt within myself and purposeful to be connected with. So I'll leave you with, what is your reason why and the purpose you do what you do in order to fulfill your life vision, your purpose, and your why? What motivates you every day to wake up to do what you do? Okay, so if you are feeling unfulfilled in any way in terms of your career or in your entrepreneurship venture, it's about reviewing, going back to review again, and to challenge yourself a little bit more, to step out of your comfort zone, to do things that you normally wouldn't do, that are in line with your core values, your heart, that are in line with your life vision, what you see, what you visualize, and do not challenge yourself to do on a regular basis. I hope my impromptu session has been of value. And if you've got any specific questions, or you've resonated with what I've said, do feel free to leave a comment below. Remember to hit the subscribe button to receive notifications of when I hop on live, because my lives are usually spontaneous, even my recordings. Ciao for me for now, until next time.